want to also bring up again, I want to talk to you about the first annual Innovation Awards that we're going to be doing this year. There's something very exciting that we have going on here at Dealer Inspire. So it's part of our milestone fifth annual holiday extravaganza. And folks, it is an extravaganza. I had the pleasure of going to my first one last year, and just fell in love with everybody. So it was just amazing. But this year, we also want to celebrate you, our clients, the people who make us better, the people who come up with, you come up with your own innovations and great way to do things, and help us grow and learn, so we can help you grow and learn. It's very symbiotic, very amazing, and I can't think of a example that isn't like parasitic. So let's just say it's symbiotic in an amazing way. Bees and flowers. We're bees and flowers. So this is going to be December 3rd at Two Brothers Roundhouse in Aurora. So great beer, gluten free for anybody who's gluten free. I personally will bring in my own bags of gluten because I am not. So you don't have to have any, but I do have Prairie Path. It's awesome. And so we'll be sending out more information as time goes by. So mark that on your calendars for December 3rd. Also, let me talk about our guest today. So I think that's probably the best thing, because you all know me. I'm Shawnee, your training evangelist here, bringing information, all that good stuff. Today, we're going to talk with Kara Garvey, who is our paid search specialist. And she's going to talk to us about the 4 totally innovative paid solutions that your digital strategy is missing. And folks, trust me, this is what we do. We want to bring this information to you. And Kara is amazing. Welcome and thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Thanks for having me on.
No problem. So just go ahead and talk to us about what these solutions are, how they help your digital strategy, and give us the scoop.
Yeah, for sure. I'll just jump in. So our first one is AdWords dynamic remarketing. Dynamic remarketing shows your past site visitors tailored ads on Google Display Network that feature images of specific products they actually viewed on your site, as well as related products they might be interested in. So dynamic remarketing syncs directly with your inventory. So you have the ability to insert images for every vehicle that's on your lot into your ads, as long as it's in your inventory feed.
Okay.
So why it's great is that dynamic ads allow you to serve really relevant and targeted ads that are customized to each user. Serving site past visitors specific vehicles that they actually shopped either on search results pages or vehicle details pages will draw them right back to your site. And this moves customers right along the buying cycle to submit leads and eventually to a sale. The ads, as you can see, are templated in AdWords, and we were a little bit sketched out about them at first, but as it turns out, it's more about the engagement they bring rather than the design. So as it turns out, the dealerships we work with have seen a lot of success with these.
Now, Kara, I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
I see them moving here, basically like their gifts. Is that kind of how it's going to gist? I can't remember gifts or gifts. Is that how they are when they show up on the page?
Yeah. So when they show up on a website, they actually move around. If you hover over them, you can scroll left or right, but they're always continually moving, drawing your eye right over to the ad.
Oh.
So a great example of success a dealership has seen with these is DePaula Chevrolet. So since they added dynamic ads to the mix, they saw a 2-fold increase in click-through rate over their regular ads, a 15% lower bounce rate, and then a 2-fold increase in pages per session and a longer time on site. Another awesome example is Precision Toyota. So they also saw a 2x increase in click-through rate, a 20% lower bounce rate than regular remarketing ads, and then in the last 90 days, dynamic remarketing actually accounted for 6% of all their paid conversions from AdWords campaigns. That's including search, and it's only 51 cents a click for those. So it's awesome. You can see it's definitely an awesome thing to add to the mix. Up next is Facebook dynamic retargeting. Sounds pretty similar, but we'll get into it. So by now, you've probably seen Facebook's carousel ads in your newsfeed, where once you're on the ad, you can scroll right through a series of images that are related to the brand. But now you can take that one step further. So dealers can show carousel ads to users who have looked at specific inventory on their dealer inventory site. These ads contain dynamic updated ad tracking and image creative that's based on the inventory that you're actually looking at. So the ad tracking includes things like make, model, price, color, you name it.
Question for you, Kara. So, okay, Facebook dynamic retargeting. It's funny because like now now that I'm here in this business, so many friends are like, why am I seeing these shoes or these boots I've looked at once, or like, why is this car ad keep coming up? Is that basically what's happening here?
That's definitely what's happening.
All right, awesome. Because I'm the one that's always like, well, I could tell you that it's remark, but it's so okay, so that explains it. So that's cool. So I'm just going to take people to this webinar too.
Yeah, so in our case, these ads are retargeted to people who have looked at a combination of VDPs or SRPs, and the ad will actually serve that exact vehicle or set of vehicles that they use. So if they only visited one VDP, it'll show a selection of other vehicles they might also want to see. So why this is great is that just like what I showed you for AdWords, dynamic retargeting lets you serve really relevant ads to people who are showing purchase intent on your site, essential to your lower funnel digital marketing strategy. Click-through rates more than double for most dealers who shift their strategy from Facebook's other ad solutions to dynamically retargeted ads. We have dealerships who have implemented dynamic ads and actually seen decreases in bounce rate, and then most importantly, of course, boosts in form commissions for new and used vehicles. A great example of this is, again, Precision Toyota. So from July 1st to August 31st of this year, Facebook dynamic retargeting accounted for 10.3% of all their paid conversions, of all their paid advertising. So it had a 2.66% click-through rate, which is great to see because usually on Facebook a good click-through rate is about 1%. A 66-cent cost per click, and you can see almost 1,500 active engagements with the Facebook post and the page. So of course we want people on Facebook, a social media platform, to be actively interacting with your brand on social media. Additionally, the bounce rate was only 48%, which as a form of display remarketing, you could consider it, is very, very low. So at the bottom of the screen, you can see what's called a top conversion path from analytics, which is a sequence of channels that led to a conversion on the site from one user during the course of 30 days or less. So here they came in from a Google display ad, came back to the site from Kelley Blue Book, searched on Bing twice, came to the site again, went back to the site directly, searched on Bing again, and then they were served a dynamic retargeting ad, and then made that conversion.
Okay, so I see something interesting here, Kara. So obviously, first of all, I mean, they went to Google, and then they went to Blue Book, and then they went to Bing, and then, it kind of sounds like me, searching for something kind of all over the place. But basically, and let me know if this is, if I'm on the right track here, but you want to have, since people are coming from so many different places, and then Facebook is the final attribution, is that what okay, so, but Facebook is where finally they were caught, they were hooked, right, and that's because the dynamic retargeting happened earlier, is that right?
Yeah, so from any point during this, we came back to the site and then looked at a VDP or an SRP or any combination of that. They got put into this pool of people who are then retargeted with those vehicles on Facebook, and it definitely just demonstrates how all the pieces work together and then ultimately the person converted.
Okay, all right, great.
Yeah. So up next is Gmail sponsored promotions. So AdWords recently released these from beta, so now all advertisers can try this out without any kind of budget restriction or invitation from AdWords. Here you can see an example of this ad. The advertisers only pay for clicks on the collapsed ad, which you can see on the left. That appears at the top of the promotions tab in a user's Gmail account. So when this is clicked, the ad expands into what you can see on the right, which is the full email-sized ad format. And the user can then engage with your ad, whether it's the ad creative, copy, or text. So any clicks or engagements in this expanded ad format is completely free. What we can even do is upload custom HTML files to make the ad experience really rich and relevant. And you can do things that include videos, forms, phone numbers to call, and then multiple links and calls to action, which are definitely really beneficial. So what's, yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to jump into what's so awesome about this. So you can pair Gmail sponsor promotions with any display targeting method, so contextual keyword and topic targeting or in-market audiences, etc. You can use GSPs to provide really compelling offers that your customers won't want to say no to. So for instance, you could run a GSP targeted to somebody who's in market for a new Toyota and also has emails containing keywords for the 2016 lineup. And then you can pair that with ad creative and the expanded ad, for example, a $25 gas card with a test drive of any of the new models. And you can see how effective that would be.
Yeah, I can see. I know I have one question about results, but before I get to that, so I noticed you said, I have emails containing keywords. So does that mean if I'm like, I'm emailing my buddy and I'm like, oh man, I really wish I could get a 2016 Toyota, then in my email, like, is it that kind of way, or is it more like, I went to Toyota and I was interested and I was sending you emails, but just to kind of, because you're the expert, so
it's both of those things. So you can do in-market shoppers, so somebody who Google has determined that they're in market for a new vehicle based on, if they're looking at comparison pages or looking at other Toyota sites. But also, we can use keywords targeting. So in this case, for Gmail sponsor promotions, it's going to use the last 300 or so emails in the inbox, and it's going to kind of mine your inbox for those keywords. And it sounds kind of creepy, but I swear it's not. Don't worry, Google will get you. So according to Google, advertisers have actually seen up to a 25% longer time on site and an 18% increase in page views after implementing these ads. And Google does see an open rate or click-through rate of up to 3.5% on average, but in our experience, we've seen a rate of up to 10%, so definitely a great option. And then very importantly, it's really cheap. So the average automotive cost per click, according to Google, is only about 20 cents for the whole US. That can definitely run higher based on location, competition, and targeting methods. But since it's so new, chances are your competition are using these.
Yes, jump on it. Yes, jump on it.
Yes. All right, so our next paid solution is Fuel, and we have a new update to it called Customizer Data. So for those who don't already know, Fuel is our proprietary dynamic ad program that builds custom search ads and keyword lists based on the vehicles in your inventory and directs users to the corresponding pages on your site. So when a car is sold, the ad is updated with the number of vehicles remaining in stock and their corresponding starting price, or paused if it was the last in stock. Ad copy can also be customized, and you can set conditional bids based on things like VDP views, number in stock, days on the lot, or any other variable data that you might have in your feed. So what's different now with the introduction of Customizer Data? So in the past, when your pricing changed, Fuel would update the variable in the ad itself in AdWords, which would reset some of the performance data. But now, Fuel ads include something called Customizer Data. So instead of updating your ads, Fuel is now updating a feed within AdWords that triggers the variables at the exact moment the search happens and the ad appears. This way, we're not resetting any historical data because we're reducing the number of times an ad gets created or removed every time a change to the ad copy is needed.
Okay, awesome. So basically, instead of reinventing the wheel every time and having to start over with any sort of data, since it's coming from the feed and not so much the ad, then you keep everything, and it's basically happening on, I don't know, for lack of a better word, behind the curtain. So, right, is that kind of what's happening here? So
since it reduces the frequency of the ad creation and ad deletion, it allows more time for quality scores to build in the account based on the same historical data. So this means lower cost per click and then a higher ad rank across the board for your dynamic campaigns in the long run.
Excellent. Next time I'll wait so that I can hear the actual answer.
That's a good question. We can also provide detailed reporting by car model, which gives you deeper insight onto which cars people are looking for, and then maybe which cars to focus in on as a part of your ongoing strategy. And this update has only been live for a couple of weeks, but we're already seeing decreases in cost per click and higher average positions.
All right.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah, so again, jump on that one as well.
Yeah. So here you can see, I didn't click over, but you can see what the ad turns into at the moment the search keyword is entered and the ad is triggered. We also recently implemented something called conditional keyword bidding. So we can bid higher for lower sales funnel keywords, for example, like 2013 blue Malibu LS versus more general terms like use Malibu, because users are showing shopper intent for those really long tail keywords, and we want to make sure we're showing up for that. So Google might not always want ads to show up for those keywords since the search value is smaller, but we know they convert better. So conditional keyword bidding can help with that.
Question, and this is a serious question? Because I'm not quite. Long tail keywords, like is that? There's just
long. So they are long. Okay.
I'm a genius.
Yep. But really what that means is it's somebody who's done the research, they know exactly what they want. So used, Malibu, like the example I used, but they're searching for the year, the make, the model, the trim level, and the color.
Okay.
So they know exactly what they want, and we want to make sure that we're there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Good, thanks.
So ultimately, we can prioritize those keywords based on those positions in the sales funnel. So we know those people are low in the sales funnel and they're ready to purchase. Bonus slide. Woo! So call tracking conversions are a feature already available for American AdWords accounts, but AdWords just released it last week for Canada, so I thought I would throw this one in. We can track mobile click-to-calls or manually dial phone numbers directly from ads, and then get detailed reporting like what campaigns the calls came from, the duration of the calls, and more. So if there are any Canadian clients listening in, I'm not sure if there are, definitely ask your account managers for more info, but you can expect to see it on this reporting. For whatever reason, if you can also send an email to, at dealerinspire.com, and I can forward that on to someone if you don't have a account manager. But actually for this, I think you probably would, right? Yeah, you probably would. But for whatever reason, if you don't, you can also send any queries to me, and I'll make sure they get in the right hands. Definitely. So I just showed you a bunch of really awesome products that we're excited to be using and implementing on behalf of all of our clients. But at the same time, we're always looking forward to the next big thing in AdWords. And this is what I think the next big thing will be, is store visits conversion tracking. How it works is Google determines a store visit based on a user's proximity to a physical location in Google Maps on their smartphone. This data is anonymized, just like all their estimated conversions, so again, it's not Google being creepy. But it does give us, the advertisers, an accurate idea of the foot traffic to a store that can be attributed back to campaigns in AdWords. AdWords has released a beta version of store visit conversion tracking. For some verticals, we're still anticipating that release for automotive, but we're working closely with our Google reps to be right in the forefront of that release. And once it's available for dealerships, we'll be able to attribute the foot traffic and vehicle purchases back to AdWords to tell a very complete story of the path to purchase. And we're really excited. Once it's available, I'm sure I'll be back with Shani to talk about it.
Awesome. I will be glad to have you back. So we have a quick question. Can you go back to the Canadian side?
Yeah.
Hello, Canada. So one question that came in is we do have other international clients. So will this be something that call tracking? Will this be available for South America or any of the other? I think Guam. I think we're going to be able to implement this in other places.
Yeah, there is currently a list. Whoever's asking, I can definitely provide that to them of who it's available for. I know Google kind of rolled it out to a select number of countries, and they're kind of continually rolling it out. So I can definitely provide that information to whoever's asking.
All right, excellent. We got another question here. So, what is something new that is coming out with Facebook ads or PPC ads that you're excited about? Is there anything just maybe something that's in development or in the download or something?
Well, as far as what's in development, this is definitely what I'm really excited about in terms of AdWords. But Facebook dynamic retargeting is really something that I've personally been really excited about. I love doing paid social, so it's really great to see how effective it's been for people, especially because people kind of dismiss social advertising sometimes as a little bit secondary, but like I showed you, it's completely essential to your strategy.
Okay.
So I'm a huge fan of that.
So talking, going back to the store business conversion, how is Google going to be able to determine a store visit by proximity? Is it,
Yeah,
beacons? I know we use beacons here.
It's actually if somebody has Google Maps on their phone and they have location history enabled, then it's going to have, basically it's kind of tracking here and there wherever they go. It's not telling the world that information, but
Right.
and we're not getting, the exact people who are coming in, but I mean, if somebody purchases, we'll be able to say, somebody converted at this date and came in.
Okay.
So you can kind of attribute traffic and AdWords to traffic in the store.
Okay, it's like a Minority Report. You guys seen that? It's awesome. Okay, because I know that whenever I'm by a Verizon store, because I have Verizon's my carrier, and all of a sudden I get like, oh hey, come in and spend a lot of money on some really cool stuff. So I know that's like
on Facebook, budget?
No, it just pops up. I'm assuming elves, but apparently it's not elves from what I'm hearing. So I don't know. It's magic, but yeah, we get like I think it's a Google card.
Oh, okay.
It's not a Facebook
yeah,
card.
and it's kind of the same idea where Google is able to say, oh, you're by this location. They know where the stores are, obviously, on Google Maps. So that's definitely a good thing. I was going to say it was a Facebook ad you're getting. There's a Facebook ad type called local awareness that basically if a user is within a certain radius, they'll get ads related to your store and you can have them help.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
That's what you're talking about.
No, but now I want to try it out. This is a really good question. So do you recommend advertising on LinkedIn for our clients? And I mean, while we're talking about LinkedIn, are there any other social media accounts that AdWords will work really well for?
Yeah, for sure. As far as LinkedIn goes, it definitely depends. I don't think everybody is casually browsing LinkedIn every day. If you're maybe a dealership who's looking to get a new sales manager, you can do ads for that. Obviously, somebody who's on LinkedIn is in that mindset. Another social media ad platform that we like is Twitter. So a few months ago, they actually released in-market targeting using pulse data, just like we have on Facebook. So that's also been really effective so far.
Okay, great. So, all right, well, that ties in, once again, I feel like, I say this a lot, but you can see, when we're doing these webinars, how everything kind of, fits together, with your paid search solutions and social media and your marketing campaign in general with the Dealer Inspire, platform. It all, works together like a beautiful, beautiful machine. I love it.
Beautiful.
All right. So do we have any other questions? All right. So this is good. It's nice nugget-sized information. As you guys know, we're going to have this website should be up in 24 hours. Another last one, we had a little bit of a video. The audio was amazing, but then video was like, oh no, I got to do better. So we're going to have the webinar up within 24 hours. And please, 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 if you have any questions, you can. Take too long. So I suggested it to Kara first because I was like, oh yeah, sure, let me send it to Kara. So it's C. Garvey at launchdigitalmarketing.com. But you can also, check with me. Send me an email at diy@dealerinspire.com, and we'll make sure that we get any other questions answered for you. So these products that are coming out, these are available right now. So make sure that you that you check those out and really get on top of some of these things. As Kara mentioned, some of these are pretty brand new, so your competitors aren't using them yet. So and Fuel, I know that Embarco was just like, oh, it's a great addition. So thumbs up. That's awesome. So next week we're going to have Joe Kara Joe Chura is going to be talking about real tools for real answers. So he's going to show you how, the professional online tools that, professionals use and we use to diagnose your digital marketing. So like, some questions like, why am I not ranking for certain search terms, or, why is my bounce rate too high? Some of these, a lot of these, the answers aren't simple, and those questions, they depend on different variables. So he's going to show you and show us how you can get the tools to kind of get the answers to those, and how, sometimes having a high bounce rate isn't necessarily bad, but there's reasons to it that are good. So with that very cryptic description, make sure you check it out next week. Also, do us a solid and fill out a survey. So changed it up a little bit so that it could, spice it up. Just, spices the variety of life. Strike that, reverse it. So go to po.st/DI survey and, fill that out, because, we really, really, really want to hear what you guys, really like, what, what you're interested in this industry, automotive industry and digital marketing. So let us know, and we will bring the answers to you because that's what we do. So, Kara, thank you so much for your expertise. I'm just, I so much appreciate your knowledge in this. It's like even just studying for the AdWords, to become certified. For like a good 10 minutes after I finished the test, I was like, I'm going to apply paid search. And then 5 minutes after that, I was ruined myself. So I appreciate that you have all this knowledge in your head and that you're doing so well with it. So thank you so much for being a guest.
Thank you.
All right, everyone. So thank you so much for tuning in to this webinar. Sorry about the echo issues. We got the, bigger and better. We're moving on, we're moving up. So, we're just going to get this thing is going to get nailed down. But I will still remember the little people when I become famous for doing DIY webinars. And Rich. So, I'm Shani, the trainer of technology for innovative dealers such as yourself, and I would love to see you all next week with Joe Chura. Thank you so much.